Hi everyone. In the last session, I explored the prompt engineering real-time example I had explored. Now this session also continuation for the prompt engineering real-time example. In this session, I'll build the conversational chatbot and adding mobile. Now, first I have to explore the conversational chatbot. To develop the simple chatbot application in the backend, that is first I am defining the function. That is to define the function name is chatbot. The parameter I'm given as prompt I'm given. Here I'm defining the function is response equal to client dot chart dot completions dot create. Here within parenthesis I can write it here. It contains the two things. One is model, second one is messages. Model, second one is messages. Here the model we are used GPT 4o mini I am using. And the message I can written in the square parenthesis. Here, within that, I can write the square parenthesis. Within right, this is the curly parenthesis I am written as. That is a role. Role is system. And the content. Content. What content I am written is, in multi-line commenting I am written. In the multi-line commenting I can written as that is you are known to be a polite and helpful AI bot. And here I can mention that I can mention that act as a teaching assistant for a data science and Gen AI codes working with edutech. And the job role also I can assign it here. That is your job is to help students resolve doubts regarding data science and Gen AI topics. If not relevant to these topics, simply it's not given the answer. The second type it here. If the doubt is not relevant to the data science and Gen AI, you can politely ask the user another doubt, and don't give answer. This I can write in the messages here, and also I can include that. Role is user. Content is prompt. This is I am written. Now I can return response.choices 0.message content I can return. This is I can return. return response dot choices dot message dot content. This is I am defining the function. The function name is chatbot. I'm given the input is the prompt I am given. Client dot chart dot completions dot create. That's I'm assigned to the response. Here, the two things are there, model and the messages. Model is GPT-4o mini I am using. And the messages, it contains the role and the content. Role and the content. Role is system and the content is, this is the content I am written. Chatbot, the content, the prompt, message I am written. And here I can return the response dot choices 0 index dot message dot content. I can return it here. This is the function I am written. Now here I can write the condition by using the while loop. While a condition is true, then only the block of statements are executed. That is, while true, user input equal to input user. This is I am given. Now also I'll check the condition. That is, if user input dot lowercase letter, you are typing like by exit close quit. You can write it in small case letter, then it is stop the chatbot. Then it is stopping the chatbot. That's, you can break it. Or response equal to, I'll call the chatbot function. Chatbot. What the input I am given is user input. I am given. After that, I'll print the response. I'll print the response. Now I can run this one. The user, that is hi. My name is, I'm given as my name I'm given. See that the AI is replying, hello Sheshadri. It's nice to meet you. How can I assist you today with your data science or generative AI queries? Suppose if you are given the topic is relevant to the data science and Gen AI topic, then only it is providing the reply. Bot is given the answers. Okay. Can you explain? Transformational models with an examples. See that it is providing the example. And if you are asked the questions relevant to the data science and generative AI, then only it is providing the answers. And I can ask the question, can you explain linear regression? Linear regression. We can explain it using simple step by step with an example. Also mention real time use cases. See that it is providing the answer or not? Yes, it is providing what is linear regression, and step-by-step explanation, mathematical model it is providing, and the relevant explanation it is providing. When I type it here, uh, by message, then simply it is exit. Simply it is exit. The like the chatbot, the simple chatbot, how we can write it in the backend code, that's I can write it here. Now, this is one more concept is how we can adding memory. Adding memory. But then what are the steps we have to follow? It's very simple. Just I can mention that history is an empty square parenthesis I am written. Whatever the chartbot, the function I am written, chartbot, the function I am written, same function as this I am taken, same function as this I am taken, just a little bit changes I can done it here. This is the function I am taken. Define the function name is chartbot. Input I am given as prompt, I am given the input. Here I can add one thing here. I can add one thing here. Here I am adding, that is history.append within parentheses. I can add it here. The role is user. Content is prompt. Angle. Now, the remaining response equal to client.chart.completions.create. Here it contains model and messages. Model GPT-4o mini I am using. Messages, this is the message. It contains the role and content. The content, this is I am given. That is, you are known to be a polite and helpful AI bot. I can act as a teaching assistant for data science and generative AI course working with EdTech. Your job role is we have to resolve the doubts for the students related to the generative AI and data science topics. If the doubt is not relevant to data science and generative AI topics, simply we can't give the answer and politely we can ask it another question. And I can return, that's at the last I can mention that is here what I can add it here it is, that is I can close the square parenthesis plus history plus the square parenthesis. I can mention this one. And at the last, I can write this one. That is history.append. The role is assistant. Content is response.choices. Content is response.choices 0.message.content. This I am written. Then the remaining thing as it is I can write it here. Only the thing I can add the history, and as it is the function definition I am written. Here I am adding the history, and history I am appending. Role is assistant. Content is response.choices 0.message.content I am adding. Then the remaining as it is I am providing. I can provide it here. I can run this one. After that, I can use the while condition. That is, as it is, I can write it here. That is, while condition is true, user input is user. If user input dot lowercase, we are writing by exit, close, or the quit, then we can break it. Otherwise, response equal to chartbot, user input we are given. We can print the response, we can print it here. Now, when I run this one, I can mention that, hi, my name is Sheshadri Angel. See that? Hi Sheshadri, it's a great to meet you. How can you assistant for data science or generative AI questions today? That is, I can explain that. Can you explain? Can you explain support vector mission? Support vector mission algorithm step by step with simple language and give examples. Examples. This I am given. This I am given. Wait, it's taking time. Yeah, it's providing that the answer. What is support vector mission algorithm? Step-by-step explanation, data pre-processing, finding the hyperplane, right? The steps which are represented, and also it is providing the examples they are represented. And if we are given, suppose I can write it as how to make pizza. Explain step by step. When I enter it here, see that what it is reply the chatbot. That is, I appreciate your interest, but pizza making is not relevant to the data science or generative AI topic. If you have any questions regarding the data science and generative AI, you can ask, please feel to ask it, right? When you are asking only the related to the generative AI and agentic AI and data science only, it is replying the answers. If you write what is Gen AI and agentic AI, you can also explain differences between Gen AI and agentic AI. Agentic AI. Now it is providing the answers. It is relevant to the data science and generative AI. See that it is providing. This is your question you are asking. It is providing the answer. Generative AI, agentic AI, and the key differences it is mentioned. Right? Suppose you are asking, what is my name? What is my name? What is my name? See what it is providing. Your name is Sheshadri. If you have any questions related to this topic, you can ask it. That is it is remembering the history. It is remembering the history. And I can give the answer. I'm given the user input is, my name is Sheshadri, working as associate professor in Vardhaman College of Engineering. Vardhaman College of Engineering. This is input I am given. See, it's providing the replies and nice to learn about you, associate professor, and you likely have valuable insights in education and technology. How can you assist you regarding this course, data science and generative AI topics? You can ask the question. If we are only relevant to the data science and generative AI topic only, I can make the chatbot. Then the remaining the topics you are asking, simply it is not providing the answers, right? Suppose if you are working, if you are given the user is where you are working, where you are working. Can I give this question to the chatbot? See that it is replying that I appreciate your curiosity, but I am and AI do not physically workplace or the job. I'm here assist you the data science questions, right? That is nothing bad. It is providing, it is storing the memory. What is the previous history is then, that is, it is storing and it is providing the reply here. See, only it is providing, you are giving, what is my name? I'm working in Hyderabad. Suppose I'm working in Hyderabad. I'm working in Hyderabad. It is replying that it is not, we can ask the relevant questions only. Suppose we are asking where I am working, where I am working. See that? See that? It is, you mentioned earlier that you are working at associate professor at Vardhaman College of Engineering in Hyderabad. That is whatever the past history is there, that is, it is remembering and it is given the reply. And you can ask the questions relevant to data science and generative AI. We can ask the questions. Otherwise, you cannot be replied here. See, when I type it here, the buy or close or exit, then it is exit from the bot. See that? It is providing. If you are given print history, it is providing the history, it is providing, like in the paragraph. If you want the particular, the from index 0 onwards, we can also print it here. That is, in this session, I have to explore the two concepts here. One is how we can building conversational chatbot, and how we can add the history, how we can add the history. These two concepts I have to explore it. Okay, thank you.